Guys, it's been a while since I've been on this channel, so you know what that means? Another I'm back video? No. Also, if you didn't know, I actually received backlash from putting frickin' in the name of my title, so I might change that word to just remove it, because I don't need that. But anyway, yeah, 5 movies. Since I haven't been doing YouTube channel for a while, this means I've seen a lot of movies. So which ones have I seen? We're going to talk about them today. So let's dive right into the meat. I'm sorry about the shelf. Deal with the shelf. The first movie we're going to review today is Coco. So I just saw Coco about 30 minutes ago. What did I overall think of it? Amazing. Coco is brilliantly just hits the mark on what Pixar needs to do. Earlier this year, which is something we'll be reviewing later in this video, was Cars 3. And spoiler alert, I didn't love Cars 3. I didn't hate it. It's towards the bottom of Pixar, but I still do pretty like Cars 3. It's just not Pixar for me. But Coco brings Pixar back. And then during the movie, we did not get the greatest short ever. So, later in this review, I will talk about the Cars 3 short. So I won't talk anything about that in this one. I might talk a lot about Cars 3 because that's the earlier Pixar movie this year. But why does the short on Coco suck? It's Frozen, for God's sake. I mean, personally, I don't hate Frozen. I know that sounds weird from a 12-year-old, but it's not downright awful. I don't like him more than Zootopia or Moana, which last year, actually probably more earlier this year, we reviewed Moana, and then I said Moana was stunningly amazing, and it was just a good movie, and it was really good. However, I didn't think, like, the short on this movie was just, no. The thing that really made me mad about this short is that Alot is annoying as frick. Stop doing these shorts. You're ruining Frozen 2. Like, I thought Frozen 2 could have some potential, but no, don't put the Frozen shorts. I mean, I don't care if it's just a straight-to-DVD piece of crap, but when you put it on a Pixar movie, people are going to see it. So, yeah, Olaf's Adventure sucks. And one reason why is it's trying to recapture Frozen, the magic of the music. However, instead in this one, I don't really think the music was lower quality or higher quality. It was just annoying, and the reason why is because I'm sick of these songs. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of the Frozen, like, everyone being so obsessed with it. I do agree, it was overrated, it wasn't bad. I also think it's underrated by some people actually hating the movie, but this short was just bad, and it really was just annoying. And then Olaf's jokes were, Olaf's song, on an Elsa song. Like, they randomly just start singing. Like, in the original Frozen, they kind of had good timing, but in this one, they just screwed it up. Let's get back to Coco. Spoiler alert. We're going to talk about spoilers now. Okay. Leave now if you haven't seen the movie. And if you haven't seen it yet, just go check it out right now. Just go to your theater. So what I think on Coco? Well, I already said earlier, it was stunningly amazing. It was just good. Pixar hit the mark again. But I will also talk about my flaws with this movie later on. But actually, I just thought about it. I haven't come up with anything I really hated about Coco. Like, there's nothing I actually really disliked. This movie almost made me cry like 5 times. And it's just, wow, it's just good. And then there's also, like, the big plot twist in it, which I told you, if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Okay, now you're gone, okay? What makes this movie more just better than other Pixar movies is that, well, I'm not thinking right now. Okay, what I was gonna say is the whole emotion centered around Coco I mean, the character Coco, his grandma, really was pretty touching, actually. Like, his grandma never talks, she's really old, and then all of a sudden, like, at the end, she finally talks. And then how the real writer, I forgot his name, the musician guy, the real writer has been forgotten, and who is relative of, wasn't it Montanui? No, that's the island from Moana. I don't remember what his name was. This movie had complex names, doing it's from Mexico, but who cares? So yeah, Coco's good, Coco's great. Go check it out. I loved it. Just, yeah, good movie. Let's go back, throw down to the list for worst movie of the year. Unfortunately, still belongs to the Lego Batman movie. In a couple days, if I see Justice League, I will do a double review for definite, a triple review, because I have some other movies. I just wanted to put 5 in one, because, you know, why not? And triple review will contain... I will put on another movie I did see that I definitely want to get my opinions out on was the Emoji Movie. I saw it for research purposes. I hate it. It was awful, but and Dead Man Tell No Tales. I would like to put that with it, and Justice League because it's DC and it looks epic, and Batman and whatever. So next we got the next superhero movie. Wait, let's go back to the list. Wow, Lego Batman movie is still the worst, and I feel really bad for saying that, because I loved the Lego Batman movie. It was awesome. It was just good. It was just... Warner Bros. Was doing good. Even Storks was great. So anyway, Lego Batman movie is the worst, followed by Volume 2 now. That moved down from 3 to 4. Now, 3 goes to Coco for obvious reasons. 2... I was debating between this one and Wonder Woman, but Wonder Woman had the emotion and was epic, and it redeemed DC, so it was good. And then Spider-Man Homecoming, ceiling number 1, because that movie was awesome and great. But will I hold that? Well, next we got Thor Ragnarok, and what did I think on this? Well, I loved it. There, just get my opinions out right there. I'm going to do a spoiler part, but if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. It's awesome. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy. It is hilarious. It is just downright amazing. So go check it out. Go check it out. Unlike Coco, this movie has a lot of flaws in it. And I'll explain why. For one, if you haven't seen the movie, I told you to leave. So, one thing was when Asgard gets destroyed, it really, why did you have to make a joke out of it? I mean, your home is destroyed, and then all of a sudden they go, let's make a joke out of it. I mean, I laughed at the joke, sure, but no, it just didn't work right. So what did I think on Loki? I loved Loki. I loved all the characters. I used to not like Thor that much. There's all you call them the 4 main Avengers, which would be Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, and Thor. And Thor's always the worst, which my favorite being Iron Man, still being my favorite, because he's just hilariously awesome. And I think now Thor might be actually my second favorite. Ragnarok improved him so much. I mean, the first 2 Thor movies were among the worst Marvel movies. Not saying they're bad, they're just among the worst. But just... I don't know. Marvel is good. Marvel is great. They make some of my favorite movies. My top 10 is littered with Marvel. And yeah, I love Marvel. That's it. And Ragnarok, I'd say, is probably my new 4th favorite Marvel movie. For a lot of reasons. Just, it's good. It's great. Just, I love Thor Ragnarok. If you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, you shouldn't be here, because I told you to skip this part. And then eventually go to a time where I review the next movie. If you want to see it, go there. Yeah. But anyway, Ragnarok is good. Ragnarok's great. I didn't talk much about it because it's older now. I don't know if many people are in this review for Ragnarok. For Ragnarok, that is so... Oh, wait, I actually did that right. I thought I actually said 4, but said Thor. Okay, next movie. The Lego Ninjago movie. What did I think on this? Wait a second. We forgot to do the list. Okay, list goes down. Worst is still Lego Batman. I feel so bad for that. Next, we have Volume 2, which now is number 5. Number 4 is now Coco. Number 3 is Wonder Woman. And number 2 is Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was awesome, and just Ragnarok was good. Lego Ninjago movie. Ha! Spoiler alert, this is the worst movie I've seen in theaters this year. Not that it was bad, it just wasn't incredible. Although I will say this. Lego Ninjago movie, I've kind of just already talked trash about it. It's the worst of the 3 Lego movies. However, I've been doing a whole streak of watching every animated movie of the year because I love Looney blah blah blah, Spec, Palestino, I forgot his name, but whatever, anyway. I think the Lego Ninjago movie is the 3rd best of the, nope, not actually 4th, because Coco's the best. Yeah, so Lego Ninjago movie was really good. I personally give it a solid, just 8 out of 10. Every other thing, Coco and Ragnarok, both get a 9 out of 10, but this one gets an 8 out of 10. It deserves an applaud, definitely. I do really like this movie, but it was pretty flawful. For one, it was hilarious, I'll say that, it was hilarious, but they mess up at sometimes. One, people keep saying, like, the whole mech battle scene, oh, why are they controlling mechs? Well, I used to be a fan of the original Ninjago show, used to be, because I realize it's really dumb, but, why they're controlling mechs, it's not actually, like, ruin the movie. And then also, this movie, like Ragnarok, falls into the trailers ruin everything club, along with Minions. I'm serious, the trailers literally kind of just ruined the jokes in Lego Ninjago movie. I mean, sure, they want people sitting down in their theater, but you don't have to put every joke in your trailer. Jeez, I mean, I still laughed a lot. The whole green joke on how Lloyd's power is just green, and then that really worked. So Looney made some good points about this movie, although he didn't like it at all. I liked it a lot. But some points is the whole, like, mech driving thing. Oh, it's because in the show they drive mechs. Remember, this isn't actually off the Lego series. The Lego Toy Series is off of the original, cartoon show. I messed that up. Lego series is the original thing, but then the show goes off of Lego series, and then the big movie goes off show. So, yeah, and they really poke fun at the show in this movie, and that made me laugh, because I get all the jokes. I've seen the entire series. Except for now they have season 8. Why? But anyway, so, overall, 8 out of 10, and I will go into spoilers soon, but, no spoilers this time, just no. In this movie, they use a lot of live action for no reason, and that is what really hurts this movie. 2 things hurt this movie. One, the scene where they're going through the jungle absolutely just made me so mad. And the reason why is because, why is everything not made of Lego? Like, did you guys just get lazy in the middle? Oh, it's animated? Oh, no! You guys, this movie, like, Lego movie, was perfect because everything was Lego. Lego Batman movie wasn't all Lego. The water wasn't, but it was mostly Lego. And this movie, 90%, like, a good, like, maybe, like, 30 or 20 or some percent was not Lego. Like, why? Just, it really annoyed me. And then also at the beginning, when it's all the live action stuff, it's so pointless. Like, there's no need to be a live action. So, like, Lego movie does this right. By what they do is they, in Lego Movie, they, like, make it tied to it. But in this one, the live action is literally pointless. Like, you could have removed that, and you would have had a good movie. Throw it down to the list where we have a new worst movie of the year, Lego Ninjago movie. Now, number 6. Number 7. Number 6 is Lego Batman. Number 5 is, Number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 4 is, of course, Coco. 3 is Wonder Woman. 2 is Ragnorok. And 1, Homecoming, which I think the only competition for Homecoming at our rate is The Last Jedi. So, yeah. Next with me is Cars 3. And next, what happened? I just realized when making this review, cameras suck. So, yeah, Cars 3. What did I think on Cars 3? Critics said this was the best of the Cars movies. And I have to disagree. I really have to disagree. Not that Cars 3 was bad. I mean, I'm just saying Cars was good. Most people say it was the first Pixar movie that was unimpressive, but I personally think Cars is one of the best Pixar movies, because I just love it. I love Owen Wilson, I love the movie. It's just mashes pieces together correctly. Cars 2 was an awful lot not good. It's the worst Pixar movie. It's cheesy. It's a step down for Pixar. This was the beginning age of the decline of Pixar. Like, Toy Story 3 was amazing, everyone praising it, which is personally probably my third favorite Pixar movie, and the top 2 are Incredibles, and my favorite is still Inside Out. I love that one. But what they do in Cars 3 doesn't match with Cars. It definitely beats out Cars 2, like, just by a long shot it kills Cars 2. But it's among the worst of the Pixar movies. And I talked about it in Coco earlier, but this one is far behind Coco. I give this one, personally, maybe an 8.6 out of 10. Like, I did really like Cars 3. It's probably my third favorite movie of this year, which my second is Lego Batman, and 1 is Coco, because that one's just amazing. But what do they do right in this movie? A lot of things, but then they do a lot of things wrong. I just feel like the Cars series is doomed from the start. I mean, the first Cars is good. It's among the better Pixar movies. I did say before, it's one of my favorites. It is. That's not saying it's even in the top 10 of the best Pixar movies. Like, Pixar is so phenomenal that the top 10 are all incredible 9 out of 10 movies. While this one is low 9 out of 10. Like, Cars is just low 9 out of 10. This one is above mid 8 out of 10. And then just, yeah, Cars 3 pieces together right. Not perfectly, but right. It did work, it did hit me, it did work, and I personally think the little, what do they call them again? I've lost my humanity. The little, skit, whatever, short, at the beginning of the movie is miles better than Frozen, Olaf's Adventure, and I think it's better than Cars 3 itself. I mean, Cars 3, I said earlier, isn't bad, but the short is really good, so it's better than the movie. While Coco, my experience is probably ruined a little bit by the horrible short at the beginning. While on this one, the short was, like, made me happy and that I enjoy the movie. But the movie itself, Cars 3 is good. It just feels, I'd probably like this movie a lot if it was like Illumination. Or I'd think it's incredible if it was by Sony. And I'd think it's a god if it was by Lionsgate. But overall, Cars 3 is just good. It's among the worst Pixar movies. That's not saying it's bad. It is really good. It's not better than Lego Batman. Okay, let's go down the list. Where worst still is Lego Ninjago. This one separates Batman and Lego Ninjago by going at number 7 now. As I said earlier, I really did like this movie. I just didn't think it was incredible. So yeah. as I said before, the top 5, if you watched the review earlier, the top 5 were the same. They're no different at all, but this movie goes in towards the bottom of the list for good reasons. So yeah, let's go on to our last review. Can we get this one over with, please? Despicable Me 3. The worst movie that we've reviewed yet. And I just really went hard on that movie. I've gone hard on the last Lego Ninjago movie and this one, but I will say earlier, those two get 8 out of 10, while this one gets a low 7. Yeah. Let's dive into this. Despicable Me 3, the worst of the Despicable Me movies, and barely misses the shot of beating Minions, which I actually both give 7 out of 10. Like, exactly 7 out of 10. Maybe Despicable Me is 7.1, but they're very similar. So this one goes back into the Trailers Ruin Everything Club, where they put every joke in the movie. This is the most irritating movie we've reviewed yet. For Drew is so... Okay, sorry, I hated Drew. I always have loved Drew, but... it's hard to not notice that this movie is kind of a cash grab, and it really worked. I don't know, it made $1.2 billion. I mean, no biggie. No rap reference there, okay? This movie is not that juicy. I screwed that reference up. Notorious B.I.G. made Juicy, not Biggie. I've never listened to Biggie. But I just didn't dig this movie that much. Like, I heard this movie was not good, it was bad, just don't watch it. And then when I watched it, I was like, not awful, just 7 out of 10. I mean, I will say this, it was just blatantly okay. Like, I give the movie some credit for making me laugh, like, maybe once, but it's overall just not the most incredible we've ever seen before. I mean, it's the worst of the Despicable Me movies. Like, if I were to rank Illumination, the top 5 would be... Number 5, I'm not going to talk about number 5. Number 4, Despicable Me 3. Actually, number 5 would be Minions. Number 4, Despicable Me 3, because it isn't bad, but it's Illumination. It's just Illumination. Number 3... is Stolen by Sing, which I almost did a review on, but I saw it like in May. It was like June or July this year, so I didn't think to do a review on it because it was from last year, and it just wasn't the movie I wanted to review. But I liked Sing. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good standard for it, and I was not expecting much after Secret Life of Pets, but... then the top 2 go Despicable Me 2 and Despicable Me. Despicable Me is easily one of my favorites on animated movies, period. I really like Despicable Me. Despicable Me 2 is good. But overall, Despicable Me 3 steals the worst movie of the year. But next time, that might get stolen. I mean, I'm kidding. It will get stolen. Freaking Emoji Movie. But anyway, guys, if we're going to rank all the movies we've seen today... worst goes to this one, Despicable Me 3. Second worst goes to Cars 3. Nope, sorry. Yeah, second worst goes to Lego Ninjago. Third worst goes to Cars 3. Then we get into the ones I liked, which were Ragnorok and Coco, which Ragnorok is the best review today because it was hilarious and it was so enjoyable. Coco is just emotionally attaching, and it actually had some comedy here and there. But anyway, this is MGD, and unsubscribe from me if I ever say that again. See you next time. I did not steal that from CDTV Productions.